Froze. He froze.
Hey, Facebook and Instagram. This is Coach Derek. You're tuning into the Soapboxing Podcast. I have my co-host as always, Manny Fresh.
What it do? Good morning, y'all.
And a buddy of mine, one of the most entertaining fighters here in Houston, Jesse Garcia. We back, huh?
Good morning.
And who did we bring in today?
My lovely girlfriend, Carmen VARGAS.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
She's also a fighter, though.
So
Don't let that face fool you.
What you still amateur, Carmen?
Yes, I'm still an amateur.
How many fights you got?
I have around, I believe, around 60, close to 70.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's a professional amateur. Yeah. That it's dynamic, man. It's two boxers relationship. Oh, that's something there. You don't see that a lot.
No, you don't.
How's that going? How long you guys been together?
Oh, man, I have to say, we're going on 3 years now, right?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Nah, 3. No,
2 or
we're
3
going on
years.
2 or
Yeah.
3 years.
Did y'all meet through boxing?
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
At a gym you both was going to? Or what?
No, we met at a show. I want to say show. She always has the story different.
No, I think it was a show.
It was a show.
I think so.
I think I had like less than 20 fights. I fought at a bar, you know, back when they, you know, just those
Smokers with the
small little events, and
We've done
I put
them.
on a good fight, and she put a good fight. And we just started talking, and we were young. I was probably 15 years old, and you know, that's when we first met at that time.
That man, usually in the boxing world, somebody's got to support and somebody's got to fight. So you guys kind of both know
We both know the game.
exactly
Yeah.
what's going on
Exactly.
in each other's head. You said 60 fights.
Yeah, around 60, 70.
What's your goal? Are you
My goal?
you plan on being a
In
pro
boxing,
fighter?
yes, for sure. For the first time, the Olympics is going to have my weight class. 2016, they only had 3 weight classes.
Right.
And they added 2 more, which is 125 and I think 152, I believe.
For females?
Yeah, for females.
125.
And then I think,
And then it jumps up to like in the 40s, right?
yeah, I think so. They added 2 more weight classes, and
Right.
they added my weight class, so that's my goal to be in the
I forget
Olympics.
exactly what it is, but that's why they adjusted the men's for this year to make room for.
But is that for the Olympics or is that for pro? That's not
It's-
for pro.
no,
that's
for the
It's
Olympics.
Olympics.
For the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm pro fighting. They gonna
Yeah.
do whoever makes money.
Yeah.
That I tell you, man, I think women's boxing. I've always loved it anyway, but I think, man, they on the roll right now, wouldn't you say?
They are.
They're just as popular. Everybody knows who Clarissa is.
Yeah.
Which in turn makes the German Hammer got a bunch of attention.
We had Marlene on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Cecilia Brockis, I think is her name. Considered
Yeah.
like the pound for pound female.
Not Katie Taylor's pound for pound right now.
Oh,
She just
okay.
got that undisputed.
Oh, that was like last weekend. I didn't get to see the fight. Did she
Yeah.
win the fight? I heard
It was
some.
a close fight.
It was.
I heard
It was.
close, yeah.
It was tough, but I mean, she fought a real cat. The girl was like what, 49-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
And I believe Michaela is fighting tonight
Yeah.
she's
on the
fighting tonight.
undercard of Tyson Fury. And man, look, women's boxing is happening, man.
Yeah.
That's if I think we're not as boxing, we're not promoting kind of like that Ronda Rousey became a star before
Yeah.
really
Before anything.
fighting
Yeah.
a lot to see her shortcomings. Well, I think the girls have to fight in boxing. Y'all have to win, and prove it. But yeah, man, I know all those gals' names. So women's boxing is what's happening. You said what's your weight?
125.
125.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else fights at 125?
Here in Houston?
Yeah.
Amateurs?
or pro? What was Marlene pro? I was heading
Marlene
toward.
fights 112.
She's smaller than
Yeah,
that.
she's like
smaller.
112,
She's
108.
smaller. She ended up fighting bigger in the Olympics, if I remember correctly, because it didn't have her weight class.
No, they did.
Yeah.
112, they did.
Didn't she fight at 118 or something?
No.
Oh, well, I got the stories mixed up. What was it? I guess you're right, because she fought at 12. Clarissa fought, and
165.
and what was the other weight class? You remember?
132.
32.
Yeah,
That's
Michaela.
right.
Joe's up early in the morning talking about is the future so bright you got to wear sunglasses, you got to wear shades.
It's just my style,
There you
man.
go.
It's just my style.
Cool as a fame.
He says
Take one.
congratulations on the new management contract. So are you're in the next fight up on the 23rd?
No, right now my managers are trying to get me on that Maurice Hooker undercard
Oh, okay.
at the moment. So we're working on that, trying to get a lot of good exposure.
Now these boys, we talked about it earlier. That Aaron, one of your trainers, plugged that up with the new management company. Are these guys out of Texas? Or
Yeah, they're out of Texas. They're in New Jersey.
Okay. I'm sure you liked what they was talking about. That's why you signed on, huh?
Yeah, it was a back and forth discussion, as in like
Heavy negotiation.
negotiation for at least 5-6 months, honestly.
Oh wow.
And in that meantime, I got offered other contracts from other managements, but I didn't like what they were offering. So you gotta play the game right. It's smart. You know, I was blessed to be able to get in with Top Rank and have Cameron Duncan as my manager,
Right.
and promoted by Top Rank. And through all that, I learned a lot. So like learning a lot from Cameron, and then learning a lot going through Top Rank. So then when I kind of got released, and then I asked for the release, I had to absorb all this knowledge real quick, because the business aspect of boxing, I had to learn like quick,
Right.
or else you take one wrong step, that's it.
Right.
You know, you could be stuck.
Career ending. Right.
Mhm.
That I'm sure that experience lend itself to where to go now.
Yeah.
And,
So
How
now,
do you feel now versus the first time you were signed up with this?
man, when I first signed, I knew who Cameron Duncan was and his management and what he's produced, and it was amazing. I mean, the guy knows what he does. He's had multiple world champions,
Right.
and then he's an awesome guy. But what bothered me was, before I signed, I never once spoke to him on the phone. I just flew to Vegas, met him, shook hands, handed me a contract. I'm right there in the Top Rank office. I signed the Top Rank contract. Then he handed me the management contract, and I signed the management contract. I guess I could say an immature, young.
Right.
I was 20 years old, right? A young 20 years old. You know, I was a raging bull. Just got out of that fence, ready to go, and I don't regret it at all, because I trust Coach Rudy. I trust the decision. Hey, this guy's good people, and when I spoke to him, you could tell. You know, so I didn't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I didn't really feel a bad vibe. You know, I didn't have that gut instinct. It was like,
You knew you felt good going in.
I
but
felt
you
good
just,
going
You just
in.
didn't know what you were going in.
I didn't know what I was getting into.
Versus now.
Yeah.
You know.
As in, like, I know I grew up, or I didn't grow up. I grew up.
You matured and
I matured on the business
experienced it,
aspect. Yeah. So, and then pro boxing, you know, anybody could be a pro boxer, but it's the business aspect that you got to understand.
so many in fighting. It's funny. Everybody, while everyone should have the same intent and focus as far as playing for the fighter, but each part is different too, though. You know, and so as trainers, managers, all those things, man, you trying to find a wiggle room to protect your fighter is hard, man.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, most of your business folk in boxing, management, promoting, how many knockouts he got? Knockout sell. You know, and so as a trainer, you go, well, I hear you, but my kid can fight. You know, I need to make sure that automatically makes you say, well, is this guy going to overmatch my kid because he's just looking for knockouts, and if he can't do it, oh well, on to the next one.
Yeah.
Man, it's real hard. The landscape is real. I think there's no single path, and there's landmines everywhere. Everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
So as a fighter, you want to be comfortable, I think, and you could attest to this. I never fought professionally or nothing. You got to make sure that coach that's aligning you with people believes in those people. Therefore, he feels he can talk to them and make sure I don't hit none of them landmines.
No, you're very right. You got to have that connection of, like, trust.
Right.
And you guys got to, it's a whole team,
Right.
you know? Everybody's in the team. We're all in the same boat.
Right.
We're trying to get to that one destination, world champion, high top contender destination.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Where, you know, and I hate to say it, but the money's going to be talking. The money's going to be right. At the end of the day, it's going to involve the money.
Right.
So that's where it all ends.
She's still involved in the sport of boxing. You're involved in the business of boxing.
Yes.
And as an athlete, I think you got to be mindful of that. You know, Carmen's going through the making sure I win and be in shape and all these things. And as soon as she decides to go professional, all those things change. Does she have someone in place to make sure they take care of that while you focus on training? You know, all those things all those things are very
like managing well.
Yeah. And so Jesse has no what's your record, Jesse?
I'm 7-0.
7-0, and he's already renegotiating, having to change pathways. Hasn't lost a fight, you know. And so you see those things, and you're like, man, we got to make sure, because one misstep,
That's it.
now you're taking the hard road in, and the hard road can work. It's not the hard way is not impossible either, but it's harder.
It's a lot harder.
It's
Trust
harder.
me, she knows. She, you know, I talk to her every day, of course, but she knows more everything that's going on behind the scene. You know, as in, she's like, well, when are you gonna fight? Well, I gotta deal with all this. I gotta sell these tickets. And when I first brought that up, she goes, "You gotta sell tickets." And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta make
Welcome
this
to the
money.
pro life.
I gotta pay my opponent." She's like, "You gotta pay your opponent?" I was like, "Yeah, I gotta do all this. I'm not managed, or I'm not under any contract. I'm by myself."
Hard hustle, man.
And it's not that it's impossible. It's just a lot harder. There's a lot
of
more
work.
steps. There's a lot more steps that I have to do.
And if you don't have a team in place, even those things, right?
Yes.
Because most of the times your team just consists of the fighter and the trainer. And the trainer's busy training people, you, whoever else you got. So those things fall on the shoulders of the boxer when he's in them ticket situations, you know. And that can easily cloud the objective, running around trying to make money.
Make the right money.
Yeah. And it's funny, the boxing fans don't understand any of this.
No.
You'd be surprised how many people don't know. I didn't know before getting into this.
People don't understand how it goes, man. So I'm glad to see you finding a situation, and I'm sure everybody's positive. You need it. You know, I'm a big fan, so we need to focus on fighting, man.
That's
Get
it.
fights and fight, man. I'm both feet in the management side too. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But being a trainer, you know, luckily I got a partner to take some of that pressure off, you know, while I'm trying to get guys ready to fight.
Yeah.
How's you been in the gym still or what? Or you been taking off? Okay.
No, I haven't taken off at all, man. I just I've been training. I'll tell you what though, I have been eating a little bit more, enjoying myself. That's about it.
No fight on the books yet, so.
Nah, yeah. I mean, like I said, in July we got something, but I'm not worried because I stayed in the gym every day since my last fight in September. And I've done a lot of sparring. I've been in the gym. I've done half marathons. I've just been training my ass
You
off
love
in
doing those
different
marathons, huh?
Kinda. Now it's time to bust my
Last one.
knees up. Yeah, I did bad on my last one, but I had a lot of little things kind of getting in my way, as in, you know, I'm a big animal guy, so my dog was having issues, and you know, we put him down, and so he was my training partner. So it felt weird running by myself, you know, because he runs with me, and we'll bust out 10 miles together. Sometimes I'll FaceTime her with him with me, and he'll be still ready to keep going. And when him going through all that, it hurt me, and I didn't focus at all on this half marathon. I did real horrible. It's probably my worst race I've ever done. But after that, you know, I got a new puppy now, and I'm gonna mold him into a track star.
Yeah.
Training partner.
I see your gym partner. I seen fellow gym mate Austin Williams got him another win on that undercard. Huh?
Yeah.
At the big upset.
Yeah, the big upset. The Joshua and Ruiz.
Yeah.
That was the first round knockout, was it? Or stoppage?
It was a fourth round.
Was it fourth?
Yeah, it was fourth round.
Maybe I just saw the one round.
Yeah. So everything's going good over there. I seen.
I think Oceanique is going to be a main event in one of his fights with, because he signed with DeBella. He's going to be a main event fight, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know when, but he's in the gym now training. He said, I got a fight coming up.
Nice.
I said, where? He said he thinks in Costa Rica he's going to be the main event. I was like, that's badass. Yeah. So I've been getting work with him.
That dude can box, man. Man, that upset, man. What you thought? You watched it?
Hell yeah.
That I'm one of the millions of people. It's almost embarrassing to say, but Ruiz just wasn't on my radar. I just didn't know him. Some kind of way, I just didn't know who he was, man, and didn't know his background. So we fought that night, and
oh yeah, we were watching it while y'all were fighting. When Trouble was fighting, we were watching it, so we were going back and forth because Trouble's fight was exciting as well.
Right.
And then, but you see these two big boys, they dropped because we watched it when Ruiz got dropped, and then Ruiz got back and dropped Joshua. We started yelling. It was just crazy.
I was in the back warming up. I don't know who it was. It was probably Robert. And guys was huddled around the phone. And oh, he's down, you know. And I said, well, that didn't take long.
That's it.
And no, Joshua's down. I said, what? So I quit what I was doing and walked over there, and I'm seeing Andy Ruiz, and I'm like, oh, this guy can fight.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't know this guy could fight like I didn't know. I'm like, look at him, this dude.
A lot of people underestimated him. See, when I was signed with Top Rank, there was one card I was almost gonna fight, and it was Andy Ruiz's undercard. He was the main event, but they switched it to Jesse Magdaleno, and it was in Phoenix, Arizona. So I did research on Andy Ruiz because I didn't know none of them.
Right.
And they pulled up all his Top Rank highlights. Man, don't let that image fool you. He had fast hands. He threw punches in bunches, and he had power.
I tell you, and his understanding of range and the distance away from his opponent, even though he got caught, you're going to get hit in there taking chances because that's a big guy at 6'6", and just.
But you got two elite fighters, and they both are elite fighters. Someone's always going to get hit.
Right. So in hindsight, now, you know, I've said it because I watched the next day is when I looked it up so I could watch the full fight, and it was obvious something was wrong with the dude before the fight. Now, what? We don't know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, and the reason why I was saying that because when I watched him come to the ring, I made a post. I said, oh, something's wrong with this guy. Just my coach's eye. And then the fight went the way it was, and I said, look, man, I'm not taking nothing away from what Andy do. Andy had to come in there and perform in order to whoop him. I'm just saying I noticed that without a doubt, old buddy don't want to be here. Now, why did he get knocked out before? Was he scared? Was the thing too big for him? I don't know because over there in England he packs way more people in it. I just think I happen to think he got it. I think he got knocked out in sparring somewhere shortly before this fight, and that's why he was what if I get hit? You know, and then he got hit. So, But it takes nothing from Andy because Andy still had to go out there and do it.
So he knocked him down, what, 4 times?
Everybody wrong.
Yeah,
Right, right. So me just saying I see something, that's just my boxing instinct going, yeah, this guy here. And then when it goes downhill, Andy still's got to capitalize. He still got to hurt this guy. He still got to get out there and hurt him again.
And he still got to defend himself.
Right. Now, I tell you, I think this immediate rematch, that's bad business, man, for the Englishman, man.
That's bad business.
Here's why. I understand they say, well, no, he's got to right this ship and get his titles back because of the big money fights. But looking at that fight, Jesse, Andy Ruiz beat this kid up. He beat him up.
Yes.
He didn't just knock him out. He didn't just clip him
No.
like Rockman did Lennox or McCall did Lennox. And then you go to the gym and say, yeah, I was tripping, I was lazy, I'm going to take it. No. Andy Ruiz beat this guy up.
Yeah.
Pillar to post. So I'm like, it's not going to take much for Ruiz to convince him that the same thing's going to happen. If you run out there and, like we seen him do. If Ruiz, the fighter he seems to be, and I'm basing it all off this one thing, and then I went and watched a few highlights. I don't see Ruiz being timid or nothing in a rematch.
No.
No, it is
No
gonna
way.
Be it New York or England.
He's
Well,
even more confident.
The mental edge is
100%. Man.
Yep.
even if Ruiz, true, he's 1,000% more confident than Joshua. But Joshua is going to have that mental block where you're going. I'll have it sometimes, right? Where I when I spar big boy, what's his name? Rigo. Yeah. You know, I started sparring that dude 4 years ago, and he used to beat me up. He's 200 pounds. Now, I've gotten a little bit over the last 4 years, but there's still that mental block, right? And there's fighters that don't have that mental block.
Yeah.
And Joshua seems that he's that type of fighter where he's going to overthink shit. He's going to be protective. He's going to have that mental block going in. So not only is Andy Ruiz confident and loose and ready to fight, I think you're right. I think it's just a bad matchup. But I also think, and I've said that I think last week, what would be good, I would rather see Ruiz fight Wilder
Yes.
than I would Joshua. The upside is so much more greater, and if he loses, it's the same shit if he goes in there and loses against Joshua.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
just
see
think-
how we'll see. But like you said, it comes down to the legal side of it. He's got he's old.
Well, he
Joshua.
has to. If they exercise the rematch, he got to fight. And it's already determined how much and where and all that stuff. You know, they may fool with him they may fool with the idea of where we're going to do it and all that because maybe that wasn't specified. But the dollar amount and the right to exercise a rematch was in that contract that he signed to get the fight in the first place.
Yep.
But you know, I can't help. Man, you can cash out a fighter in several ways, man. And one of them is him not being mentally. Man, listen, when you got a marketable guy like that, you know, the Englishman, say, man, you lost your titles. Let's fix any flaws we see, unless you don't see some flaws, and then. Well, it's a bigger problem than what we say, because there's nothing wrong with that guy not taking an immediate rematch. Go and take 2 more fights,
Right.
making sure the deficiency is in his mental or the corner or management or anything. Now, somebody was coach that safety first. Well, hell, yeah, it's boxing, man. This guy, and and if I'm not wrong, Joshua done made ridiculous money anyway, even with just 19 fights, filling up Wembley Stadium and all that. So why wouldn't you? I just think they shouldn't take that off the table, man. That maybe we need to chill. Let Ruiz
was hurt.
make $1 zillion against whoever.
Yeah.
If we really want to win these titles back and really be a legacy heavyweight champion, there's some flaws there that needs to be addressed. Be it mental, be it ability, corner, whatever.
He was hurt. Not only, you know, there's a difference between you going in there having a rough fight and getting beat up, but he was hurt. Like,
Clearly.
he was hurt.
Clearly.
Hurt. You know, and I seen, you know, comments, and I'm sure they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. Joshua quit, or, you know, this, that.
I didn't see him quit.
At all.
No.
When he was getting hit, and he got down on that knee, he was hurt.
Yeah.
And let's say he would have got up, or the ref wouldn't have stopped it. That's why I shared that video on our group. Shit, who was it? The dude that was it McCullen? Who got hurt?
Gerald McClellan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was hurt? Same thing. He got down on his knee. The ref stopped it. He went back to his corner
And fell out.
and fell out.
Yeah. And now he can't see.
And right.
Can't hear.
So, you know, I agree. I think he needs to take a step back and reevaluate, see where he's at. Get a
Well,
couple
think about
fights.
it. Think about it. He's such a star. Jesse, what you think? He's such a star in his country.
Right.
Not taking an immediate rematch is not going to ruin him.
At all.
It's not. It's going to postpone things, and you get back on the winning side of things. Now, say you don't take that dangerous fight, and say it doesn't go right. Say he gets knocked out again, and his confidence is shot, and he's done as a fighter. Fine. Okay. Now he's rich already, so
He's rich. He's made his money.
But if you're really trying to use this guy to become an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, like I'm figuring is their plan, you need to think about that, man.
And
because
they overestimated Ruiz when they
Underestimated.
When they got him as a replacement. Yeah, and I'm sure that's what the whole thought process was. If Anthony was knocked out during sparring, I'm sure that's what their thought process was. Oh man, it's Ruiz. We got it. Even if you did.
I'm sure that's what Eddie Hearn used to con him into the ring.
You got
because
this.
clearly they didn't want to fight. The dad was saying, let's call it off.
Right.
And calling the fight off was supposed to be done when he got clipped or hurt or whatever happened.
right there in the sparring.
Right.
Not the night of the fight when he's having second
you
thoughts.
got- and when you
now
got-
you have to fight.
You got thousands of people in that
Yeah, you
seat.
have to fight now, which puts your promoter in a bad spot because your promoter's sitting there going, dude, we have to fight.
Yeah.
And then comes the false bravado. Man, you can whoop this guy. This
Right.
fat kid, da-da-da. But your fighter sitting there going, shit, did you see that fat kid knock me out a week ago?
Right.
And as if that happened, we don't know that happened. I just happen to think it did because I see
rumors.
his confidence was so not there going into that fight, and he has zero reason to be uncomfortable unless something happened.
Right.
Something. But I don't know, man. It would be hard. Put it this way, if I was Anthony's people in whatever capacity, I would be saying, champ, don't take that off the table, man. That we need to chill and go fight and build back up and see. Because it didn't go right for whatever reason. And now we just going to go do it again with the same guy. Now, Andy Ruiz is convinced. He was convinced prior to whooping your ass. He's really convinced now to whooping your ass. So Andy Ruiz, I mean, we all can agree. I think we could all agree. Do we agree that something was off with Joshua before this fight?
More than likely,
Be it confidence or whatever. I think we all can agree as well that Andy Ruiz is a real Mexican fighting man, bro. This dude is not a chump at all, and no capacity. And so he's going to run out there, man, and punch him right in the mouth and try to get him out of there, man. So is the big boy ready for that? I don't know. And think of the anxiety. If y'all thought he had anxiety now, think of the anxiety that night for the rematch.
Yep.
Oh, you know, if there's a hairline of doubt, it'll be magnified and amplified. But man, he seems that Andy Ruiz, man, accomplished something great, man. And all that. I seen him the other day. He was with the president of Mexico, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And he should enjoy all those things, man, because what he did was special. Because regardless if we all just dumb and didn't know no better, no one was giving you a shot predominantly, and it never deterred him. looking back in hindsight, you go, he's told everybody, nah, I'm taking them belts. That's my championship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whoop this dude.
Well, 4 years ago or 5, I think it was a couple years ago when they asked him if he'll take the fight, he'll take a fight against Andrew Ruiz. I mean, against Joshua. Andrew Ruiz was like, I don't know who he is, but I'll fight him. Tell my management team to sign the contract.
I seen a thing where it was a year prior to this fight. Eddie Hearn offered Andy Ruiz $40,000 to fight for a title shot against Joshua, and Andy said, "What? Nah, I'm not a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like you just trying to."
Yeah.
He said, "Nah, I'm gonna get him." Now we all know it wasn't because he didn't want to fight him. It was because, dude, you lowballing me like a big dog.
Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because now he slid in there where the other guy, the dummy, failed all the steroid tests, and he jumps in there and gets $6 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And now the rematch, I've heard it was $10 million he's gonna make in this one.
Jeez.
He wants 50.
Now he knocks Joshua out again, and it ain't no. I tell you, the disparity in ability was such in my eyes. He don't necessarily got to knock him out. He could just whoop him for 12 rounds and win the fight regardless. And then that next fight against whoever it be, Fury, Wilder, he's gonna break the bank.
I want to see him beat Joshua. I want to see him skip Joshua, but if we can't do that, I want to see him fight Joshua, beat him, fight Wilder, and have an Irishman-Mexican fight. A Mexican and Irish fight.
That'd be badass.
I tell you, man,
that's gonna be a drunken party.
Now that there's gonna be some fighting in the crowd. That of the big three, or what used to be the big three, and now that I would like to think, I would say Ruiz's best bet was Joshua, a guy who doesn't utilize 6'6". He fights little. He's using muscle instead of punching technique. And then I tell you, he just needs Andy's live in that Wilder fight too. Because why? Because Wilder's boxing is horrible. But if he's in shape, and we clearly can't tell by physically.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Well, he's conditioned.
Right.
Yeah, his conditioning.
He needs to stay in Wilder's chest, man, and he could beat Wilder.
Yeah,
he can
not get hit.
Right.
He
just can't afford to be stuck out here
and
take them
overhand
sucker shots that he did with Joshua a couple times, because
those punches are different.
Completely. Now, I don't give him no chance in there with Fury, but that's just me. I think Fury's the greatest heavyweight in the world right now. and yeah, I'm Irish, but no, his ability. I think he's such a good boxer, man. And now you add to that 6'9". Oh, that's a hell of a mountain to climb.
That's a big dude. When he fought Wilder, I mean, the one thing that I kept pointing out was he's a 6'9", 200 and whatever
60-pound man.
In there moving like
a middleweight,
a welterweight. He was literally dancing, jabbing, and it wasn't just for the first couple rounds.
No, he did it
all the way to the end.
And if you look at that last 12 round with Wilder and Fury, at one moment, Wilder got super tired at the end.
Yeah.
And Fury looked like he was just getting started still.
He could have won another.
Fury, listen, man. Now, if they fight, I'm rooting for the American. I'm sorry. I'm going to root for the American. I'm one of those guys. I'm rooting for Andy Ruiz against Fury and Joshua. But I'm just looking at it from a style and ability perspective. You know, at 6'2".
How tall is Ruiz?
6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah, which is
He's
not
a short 6'2".
It's not a little man. Well, you never know. He's probably 6'1".
Yeah,
but
he's a short
with sneakers on, he's 6'2". But the thing is, that would be a big mountain to climb, bro, with Fury.
Yeah.
And I see that as the hardest of all those guys.
Yeah,
that's the mountain to climb, dude.
Yeah, he's the toughest one to fight.
And really, I think Fury's biggest competitor is Fury. You know, if he falls off the wagon, go start partying and all those things, because in the ring, There ain't nobody got
But
it. He
he's
was
won.
clown Josh. He clown Josh.
He's won already. He's changed. Look, 3-4 weeks ago, there's no way in hell we'd be having this conversation about Fury and Andy Ruiz. So the fact that this man went in there on a short notice as a fill-in and changed his whole world.
Yeah.
Now we're sitting here talking about him and fucking Fury.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whether he wins or loses,
It's
we're
boxing.
having
It's
a
boxing,
conversation.
Man. Yeah, one night
about,
changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
H-Town, you tuned in to Soap Boxing Podcast. We are in here today with Houston's knockout boxing couple, Jesse Garcia and Miss Carmen, talking about the Ruiz upset. This it was 2 weekends ago, right?
Yeah,
2
it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. We're live here from remote
Yeah, Amber Sports. Shout out to Sanjay. Appreciate you letting us use your facility. It looks great in here. If you guys are ever in need of
Equipment.
boxing equipment, hand wraps, they got it all, man.
They got
Come in
everything here.
He's super cool. He does a lot for the boxing community, and his product's awesome. So make sure you support Amber Boxing. Amber.
One-stop shop. They print T-shirts,
Yeah.
posters,
Yeah.
flyers, any equipment you need.
We'll put the link in the.
I'm gonna try to
in
sneak
the
out some of
comment
this
section.
stuff. No.
Amber Sports is located on 529 and Barker Cypress in between. On Barker Cypress. on 529
in between Greenhouse and Barker Cypress.
Yeah.
Big warehouse. Can't miss it.
Yeah.
Jesse, it's we're in June, right?
When did you?
June.
Hell yeah, it's
You
hot
got
as
some
weather.
tentative on the books in July.
July.
What's the plan? You trying to have more than one fight before the year up, or what's the
Hell yeah.
He's like, I just want to fight.
Yeah, I just want to fight.
Gotta
Honestly.
get back
I
active,
told my
man.
managers that, and they said, "Well, calm down. We gotta fight the right fights."
Mhm.
I said, "No problem."
That's
But
a
he
good
said,
answer.
But he said, "We're gonna get you busy, Jesse. We're excited." The way they talked to me and the way they spoke, I could just tell these guys,
They're going to take care of you.
they're gonna take care of me. As in, even before I signed with them, they would message me every weekend just to see how I'm doing. Hey, are you gonna watch any of the UFC or the boxing matches? As in, they care about me. They want to know if I'm doing all right. And they, every week they text me now every day, almost, or 3 times a week, just
Good.
asking how I'm doing. And
Proactive.
I've never had that. I could tell these people actually care. These guys care about
They
me.
got a plan,
Mhm.
and
They got a plan. They
involved.
want to execute it. Yeah. So it's exciting.
And it's got to be great for you because you're like you said before. You're watching everything. You're getting yourself ready. Like I just noticed, you got your Jesse Garcia.
Yeah.
You got your brand, and you also have yours,
Yeah, I
Carmen
do.
Vargas.
Yeah.
And that's good. So you're watching everything. You're getting yourself ready for the business side of it.
Yeah.
Carmen, what's your plan? As far as how long you gonna stay amateur?
Amateur, like I said, I want to try get in the Olympic team.
For 20.
Yeah, for 2020.
Okay.
The Olympic trials is this year in December, so I'm trying to get in the Olympic trials first.
Where's
and then,
where's the event? Do you know?
the
Have they
next
announced
tournament to qualify for it? I think it's in. I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure either.
I think
I don't-
Utah. I think Utah is the next tournament out there.
Where do you train at?
I train with Carlos Moreno.
Oh,
Okay, so
Yeah.
y'all don't have y'all have different coaches.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
oh,
Yeah, we both train.
Jesse
Our
fights for Bobby and
Yeah,
Aaron,
and
right? In Maine.
No, but I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. What I meant was because I thought you might have been connected to Elite.
No.
No, you're not connected.
She
to
started at Elite way before I ever really
Okay.
met Rudy.
Rudy.
And then she moved on to Marcus Boxing.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
fill us in on that. So you started off with Rudy.
I
How
start- no,
old
no,
were
no.
you? How old were you when you started boxing?
16.
Okay.
I was in 10th grade. And then I started off at Eastside Boxing Gym in Market Street.
Oh,
in
okay.
North-
Where Juan Moya was
Yeah,
years ago?
yeah, that's where
Okay.
I started. And then after that, I was there for about 3 to 4 years. And then I moved to, I think Marcus after that. Yeah, I moved to Marcus after that. And then I was with him for about 3 or 4 years also.
Why'd you get into boxing?
My parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they box or
No,
they
don't
love
box.
the sport.
No.
Yeah, they love the sport, especially my dad. Well, my mom too.
You show some interest in it. They
Yeah.
said, come on, let's go to boxing.
I just wanted to try it out, and I pretty much stick to it, and I liked it. And then I was training with Marcus for 3 or 4 years, and then after that, that's when I moved to Baby Bull with Carlos Moreno.
Okay, okay.
Baby Bull.
Man, that 2020, man, you go down there and be successful in that,
Yeah.
man. That's a hell
You're
of
gonna
a...
open
And
doors.
then for the first
Yeah.
time having my weight class out there, it's gonna be really, really big. So hopefully I
Make
can
that-
But-
make it.
But you tell them, you know, you can also represent the U.S. Or
Mexico.
what's your other plan?
Guatemala. I'm also Guatemala.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They
I
have
thought
a
that was-
team, they have...
Yeah.
But that was the Mexican eagle. I thought the Mexican eagle. Huh? Was that an eagle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's an Aztec even.
Aztec.
Yeah.
Okay, that's, all right.
Uh,
I saw a fucking video the other day of a eagle going for a swim. Did you see that I posted that?
yeah, that bald eagle.
That
in the
bald
water.
eagle went for a swim.
Yeah, that's some bad things, brother.
Shit. I gotta rethink life. Birds are going for swims. Man,
Got it all
I'm not
covered.
doing. I'm not doing enough. Shit.
Man, Roger said that he was. I guess it shows you how little I understand about the
Aztec.
no,
Oh.
no, the country perspective, like
Oh.
how Roger was able to go down there and try to make the Mexican team.
Oh.
Andy Ruiz was on the Mexican team as an American,
You got. I think you had dual citizenship.
citizenship, yeah.
and so
Yeah.
if
If I
you're
can
trying to
make-
make the U.S. team,
Yeah.
if not,
I can do Mexico.
the Mexican team,
Yeah, the
they,
Mexican team.
do
Oh,
you
the
need a
Mexican team?
citizenship, or do you? What? How does that work? Do you know?
As long as like you got a blood.
As long as you have a parent from it that was born in Mexico, then you're
Right.
able to do it. Yeah.
Like I would
So
have.
you're,
That's
so,
nice.
so you're
My
you're
plan is
Mexican.
to get in the Olympics.
One word.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh,
No way,
yeah.
yeah. That's
That's
my
so
plan.
smart, man.
So,
That's the
That's
way to
my
go
plan.
too.
Cause I told her that's badass. Had I known back in 2016, I would have gone for the Bolivian Olympic team. My mom was born in Bolivia. I
Yeah,
would
they
have been
would've-
able. I would have been blessed. I would have loved it. They would have.
Right.
They would have looked at me as like, I don't know, not like I would say a hero, but they would have looked up to me because there's not a lot of Bolivians
Representing.
that represent them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I would have loved to have done it, but by then I had already turned pro.
I mean, I you know, being an American, with no Hispanic background, I wouldn't know you can just go down
Yeah.
there and do it if it doesn't work out
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, irregardless, you get on that Olympic team, you medal,
Yeah, exactly. And then
Exactly.
it's go time.
after that, it's pro time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
What are some of the fighters that you know, growing up, or you know, I'm sure you watched a lot of film, especially when you're young, you're 16 and you get started in the sport. Who did you grow up watching, or who did you enjoy, or model yourself
Well, my
after?
parents loved Travieso Arce. They loved all the Mexican
okay.
fighters. Travieso Arce, Mayorga, all them classic boxers. Yeah.
That what girls have you been watching? I'm interested. Had it,
I love Katie Taylor. I love her boxing skills.
she what state is she? She's not from.
She's from
Like,
is it Ireland? No, right?
no, it's like a European country though.
Yes, you're on the
I should know this.
Yeah.
It's a
I don't
European
know
country.
That I'm telling you, man, the eyes are. It's so much. I don't mean to say it as if it's easy, but there's so many outlets in boxing right now than it was in the '90s. That you know, there's room for everything. You know, every weight, the girls fighting. You know, with these platforms and still Showtime and ESPN, everybody's still involved with boxing. It's more opportunities, man. You get out there and get with the right people, man, that put you on a platform, you know, which your platform is the ring. Just put me in a ring with a camera pointed with a camera pointed at it. I don't see. I look at female boxing. What you prefer? Women's boxing, female, ladies?
Doesn't matter.
Just boxing. I really feel like it's a wide open, you know, for anybody to get in there, man, and make a name for themselves. And women, I think why I enjoy women fighting is because
They're mean.
yeah,
They're mean.
They're mean.
it's emotional. It's emotional. Unchecked, like kind of like it's checked but unchecked. Like
Yep.
if two women get in there, man, and especially fighting women, one of them gets hit. Oh, I got to get
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm getting you.
Yes.
You know, so
Yes.
so by the time you mix some skill in there with a gal who can fight, man, it's you seldom are disappointed. Put it like that. You know.
Sometimes in the amateur fights, there's girls fighting better than the boys.
Oh, a lot of the time.
A lot
of the time.
I have to
I-
admit that.
I'll be at the shows, you know, and we got somebody fighting with it. If it's just two gals, I don't know who they are, I'm going to pay attention because it's liable to be a fight. As soon as I see it, I'm like, well, hold on, man.
Start swinging.
They
They go at it. They're not
right,
scared. They're
right. There's no, yeah, almost, you said no fear. Almost like they fear not fighting. Like, I got to get in here and go 1,000%.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
got those 1,000 punches each
Yeah,
round.
man. Yeah, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, and I think it's wide open. And with Clarissa doing what she's doing, man, with so few fights, of course, as a pro, but you know, and now I think she's going up, right?
She's going up
And
weight,
challenging
yeah.
another.
I thought she was going down.
No, going up.
She's going up.
She's because she
I
said
thought
she would go down.
152, right?
She said she
Yeah.
would go down to meet
But I don't think she-
Brockus, but they done made a super middleweight fight with some champion or something like that.
Yeah, an undisputed.
Yeah,
Fight
she's gonna
again.
get that. So I'm guessing the Brockus people didn't. I'm thinking that wasn't on the agenda.
Is there pressure on your end as far as like when we had Marlene and you know she was saying that you know women's boxing is still very young, you know it's still in its early stages, and that you know she wants to encourage other young ladies to pursue the sport, to have more women involved. That way it can grow and you guys can reach more young girls and inspire them to fight. You as you're getting ready, you know, you have your amateur career, you're thinking about 2020, and then you want to go pro. Do you have that sense of pressure or urgency for the sport? Not so much for yourself, but like, man, I really hope that this woman boxing takes off, because I mean, women's boxing started with, you know, early on some of the pioneers like Chrissy Martin and, you know,
Mid-90s.
yeah, in the mid-90s, but and then it sort of got quiet for a little bit.
And the 2000s.
Yeah, and then so now we have the Clarissa.
I don't think they knew how to market it, right?
Yeah.
No.
I think it was treated like a
There was
butterbean.
that
It
one-
was treated as a.
There was that one female girl that was a really good boxer. She was
Like
a badass
Holly
fighter.
Holmes.
She was,
like-
yeah, Holly
Holmes.
Holmes back in
She was-
boxing.
You
She
probably
was a-
talking about who I think is the best female fighter I ever seen. Lucille
that white
Riker.
girl, right?
Lucille Riker.
She fought under Mike Tyson's undercard.
Oh, Kristen Martin.
Yeah,
That's what
Kristen
Kristen
Martin,
Martin.
yeah,
Kristen Martin,
Yeah, I
Those
mean
are
that
pioneers.
girl was
Right.
Could have.
She was
But
bad.
she
bad.
was one of the first names.
But to me, more to my point about it, I thought they treated it as a gimmick was, okay, they actually promoted Christy Martin, right? Because of her ability. They were saying she can fight, she
Right.
can knock
Oh,
people
yeah.
out, and they put her on all the Tyson
She
comeback.
knocked out
What was her rival? Like
Lucille Riker, they never
no,
would make the
the
fight.
other one, Rebecca St. John or St.
I'm getting to that.
Yeah.
And so after Christy kind of past her prime, and she was still fighting. I mean, she still was bad, but she was past it. Then it turned into they wouldn't find Nia St. John, and they were
Nia
trying to
St.
push
John,
her as
yeah.
a model
Yeah, she was.
that fights. Then they found Layla, and Layla was Ali's thing. So that it was always a gimmick more so than
But is it because
they didn't know. I'm not saying it was a bad thing. They was navigating the field, trying to see
But
how do we sell it to the people.
Yeah.
But I think that's why Marlene, you know, that's why she said what she said, and that's why I'm asking, as far as a female boxer, is that pressure on to be like, you know, we have to compete at a high level. So there are women fighters, and not just, well, there's a gimmick behind it. You know, is that
pretty
something that you
girl.
think- yeah, is that something-
This girl,
Yeah.
you know,
Is
the
that something-
dude girl. There'll be a dude girl in there somewhere.
Yeah, is that-
So the gimmicks is not.
Is that something that you think about or even see, or do you feel like no? There's a lot of talent out there that's going to help carry.
There is a lot
Yeah.
of talent. I've seen a lot of talent.
That's what I think,
At
too.
national tournaments, there's
I think
really-
we've
there's good competition out there,
Right.
but people just
it's
don't
a different
know about it.
it's a different world now.
Yeah.
I think that it because of the amount of women fighting, you're bound
And
to
every
come
year
across.
it keeps growing because my weight class keeps like stacking up every national tournament. It's just
Well,
way
you know
more
what
boxers in my weight class too.
And you know what it is, and Marlene touched on it in here. When she wanted to fight, Rudy was resistant at the very beginning because of why? Because it wasn't a thing really. It was like, I don't train girls, man.
Yeah.
You know, and man, as a girl, I could imagine a woman saying, "Hey, asshole, you know, I want to fight,"
Yeah.
but it just wasn't a thing. You know, and you know, as soon as she becomes mature and want to be pretty, and I done put all this work, you know, I imagine all those things happen, but the gals kept coming, and gals kept coming, and I tell you, man, I don't, as a trainer, I don't. Man, I look for fighters. Period. Period. If she can fight, if he can fight, and you know, I have my criteria of what a fighter is. Not meaning you come in here and can fight already. I'm talking about if I see
Put in the work.
what I see in anybody, that I'm gonna train them. You know, and I think the female landscape is such now to where, man, it's a thing. You can become an Olympic medalist. You can become a world champion. You can, you know, and hopefully one day, the money ends up as much as any other world champion, right?
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. We need champions first. Let's keep going and becoming the fighters. And I think with the social media, with all the different outlets, you know, these girls, man, if you're a fighter, you're a fighter. If you're a badass, you're a badass, bro. It just is what it is. And I think in boxing, more so, like I said, and all I got to compare it to it was the MMA with the Ronda chick. You know, that was a gimmick. That was a gimmick. Not that she wasn't a world-class judo and all that stuff. But, dude, a year before she got beat when she fought a boxer,
Yeah.
there was literally fans telling me this woman could whoop Floyd Mayweather and all these people, and I'm going, okay, cross him out of my care what he says, you know, because it's nice, it's silly. And me not being a mixed martial art guy, I could look at it from what they call stand-up, from a boxing perspective, and I go, well, she can't really fight. And so when a girl comes in that can keep her from tackling her, or whatever that move is, she's in trouble. You
Yep.
know? And sure enough,
It happened.
and this gal who done whooped everybody, what's her name?
Holly Holm.
No, after Holly.
Amanda
Amanda
Nunez?
Nunez.
Her.
Yeah, she.
She's bad, bro.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah, she can fight.
She is bad, bro. And so anybody's in trouble in there with her because she's just a fighter. She's just a fighter. There's no
She don't care
intimidation
how she
factor.
looks.
When they put her in there
nothing.
with that
Chris Cyborg.
that rough girl, yeah.
Yeah.
She never wavered, Jesse. She looked at her like, okay, watch this. Ding.
I couldn't believe that.
Got-
Man.
I couldn't
Man.
believe that fight either.
Well, you know, and again, I'm an infant in that world, but I'm going. This girl is the truth, man. This girl Nunez is
Well, now
bad.
she's supposed to fight Holly Holm, right?
Yeah, again.
Yeah,
Or
she beat her,
again,
right?
or-
That was her kickoff. She beat home after
No.
she beat
Is it a?
I don't think it's a
Is
rematch.
it a rematch?
No.
Well,
Chris
who beat
Cyborg
Holly
fought
Holm?
Holly. Chris Cyborg beat Holly Holm.
Chris Cyborg, yeah.
I confused
Yeah.
them. Okay,
Yeah.
that
But it went the distance. Did it? Yeah, it went the distance.
Yeah.
Because
She
Holly
knew
Holm
she was
knows
gonna
how to
come-
box.
yeah.
who Holly Holm fight? And you know, I'm with Evander. They asked Evander. They asked all the world champions about MMA and would they had competed in MMA, right? And a lot of the world champion boxers say, sure, you know. They asked Evander Holyfield that, Jackson. They said, would you have fought UFC? And of course, all the world boxing champions say, well, ain't no money in it. Because it really ain't compared to the super world champions. But
Yeah.
he said, you know, I don't think I'd have been any good in MMA. You know, Evander's known for just giving you what he thinks.
Yeah.
He said,
Rolling
and he
around.
said, why? He said, because you can quit.
Uh,
I said, ooh. Now, I'm sure he's speaking from an angle like me, not knowing the same. He said, but man, I know in that world you can quit. You can tap out and quit.
Yeah.
He said, well, hell, that was my strength was never quitting when I'm getting my ass whooped. He said, but if you allow me to, if that's an option,
Then I will.
I probably would take it too. I quit. He said, so I probably would have never been great in MMA, right? So I hear that and I look at Holly Holm. Now I remember this. Holly Holm was in there with a girl. This is after she whooped Ronda, I believe. And that girl put her in a chokeout and she went out. She didn't tap.
She didn't tap. Yeah, she.
That's a fighter. That's a boxer. She didn't know how to quit. I'm not gonna quit. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
She
She went to sleep, but
Sleep.
now, again, MMA people, I don't know it. I'm not pretending I wouldn't tap. I probably make a beat on the floor. I quit. But the thing is, those seriously, I don't know, man. You go. I did some of that training one time when I was a young man, Jesse, and the guy took my hip and went one way and took my shoulders another way. And I was like, oh! I didn't know what was going on. But we're talking about elite professional fighters.
Yes.
And Holly Holm, you know. And that's kind of like, you know, I'm an Irishman. I love McGregor. He talks cash money and shit. But I'm going to be honest with you.
Well,
And not knowing nothing, I picked Khabib to win because he can wrestle you to the ground and
Beat your ass.
and I'm gonna tell you something. Khabib wasn't choking old Conor McGregor out when he tapped, bro. That thing wasn't on him right. It was like on his face. Now maybe it hurts more than I understand.
It does.
yeah, you got the pressure point.
But I was like, man, you wasn't even about to pass out, cause he wasn't on the neck. I said, man, you quit, bro.
That guy's a tough. That guy's a tough dude.
Who?
Khabib.
And let me tell you
That
something.
motherfucker.
I would shoot that dude. I would shoot. I swing at him, but I'm get my gun and try to shoot that dude, man. Cause that
That's a
dude will
bad-
grab you,
that's
bro.
a bad dude.
He ain't gonna stand there and fist fight.
Rude.
That dude will grab you like a
Put you in a
snake.
pretzel.
And yeah, man, that dude's a bad guy, bro. And I picked him. I said, you know,
You gotta beat him.
because I only watched Khabib because he was on like the undercards of some MMAs, maybe some
And
kind of
worked his
McGregor.
way up.
Yeah, and I got a buddy who trained jiu-jitsu, right? One of my closest buddies. And so he makes me watch the UFC. And I like it. It's a fight.
It's
I
a fight.
Like it's fight.
It's a fight, you know.
I get to watch that truly as a fan because I don't know what the fuck going on. half the
Yeah.
time. And I'm looking. I said, man, this me being a Muslim, I'm paying attention to the Muslim. I'm going, man, this dude's bad, bro. How you fight that dude? You know, I'm thinking to myself. I'm saying, man, this dude get
Run.
shit. So when they fighting, I say, man, I think he gonna get old Conor, man. And
Talking about Connor. What's wrong with your boy? He want to fight.
ain't nothing wrong with it.
You making money, bro.
Let
You
me tell you
making
something.
money.
Let me tell you something. I'm New Orleans to the bone gristle, man. And if the Rue gets him in there, guess what shirt I'm wearing? We going all this. But I would tell you, I think I've seen Regis train in some of that.
He trains jiu-jitsu.
He trains
He
jiu-jitsu,
He knows
man.
wrestling. I mean, the guy.
Regis is a fighting man.
He's
bro.
a fighting guy.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, man.
I wouldn't care if it's in the octagon or if it's
We'll
in
see 'em
the.
both.
Well, I'll
That's
tell you
got
this.
to be in the contract. It's got to be in the square.
And that's what
in
he
the square
said.
circle.
He
and
said,
and
you
it's
calling
gotta be
out
knocked
my
out.
manager. Stop that sucker shit. Let's go
Oh,
on.
Walbert is his
Mark
manager.
Mark?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark is his
He
manager.
say, call
That
out the world
was the
champion.
connection,
You a world
yeah.
champion? I'm a world champion. Let's get it on. And I'm gonna tell you something. Conor McGregor, and I'm still half-ass a fan.
I like Conor. I love his swag.
He don't stand a chance in that
Swag,
boxing
bro.
ring.
Yeah.
Stay away from that boxing ring, man, because Regis is a throwback fighter.
Yeah.
Regis is gonna try to hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming across that ring to hurt you.
Mayweather carried him for those fucking rounds.
But he wasn't in no sense of urgency.
Yeah,
It was always
well.
a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this here.
Really
Conor
good.
McGregor
Yeah.
ain't showing me no great ass. Again, MMA people. I'm talking out my ass, but he ain't showing me no great ass. Put you on the ground type of shit neither. You know, he's a puncher in MMA.
Yeah, and he could throw them kicks and all that. That's
And that Regis, I'm gonna tell you something. That pro grade man, he'll get in there and start wrestling with his ass, grab him by the ankle, and bite that motherfucker. Do something. You gotta get him off you, bro. But no, that would be. I would love that gimmick.
I think
Why not go make a couple $1 million in a gimmick
yeah.
fight?
why not? It's
It don't
business.
seem like Conor's too eager to get back in that cage.
It doesn't. I mean, his what's it? His dispensary, his liquor dispensary marketing is shooting
Yeah.
off. He's actually making a killing on it, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, me too.
And then
And I've seen he's doing some amateur boxing in Ireland.
like promotion stuff.
Mhm.
So he's probably making money off
He's
that.
doing good. I mean, I think he's making right
Can you
decisions.
imagine the hype to that fight?